Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Lauer and this is my third year here at Kearns Junior High. I teach Honors English 7 and English 7, and also I teach Avid as well. If you're in my class in person, you're going to find me in room 206. And you know, it being the first day of school, I know a lot of students have a lot of questions about kind of what's going to go on the first day and about the class and about the teacher. So I'm going to invite a guest real quick to talk about some of the questions that they might have their first day. Leah, why don't you come up here? So this is Leah. This is my daughter. And Leah, you're going to look at the camera right there when you're talking. That's so you can see, they can see that you're looking at them. So first day of school, you walk into class. You don't really know a lot of people. You find your seat. What are you thinking? What do you want to know?
You want to know the name and be nice to others.
What name?
So my name of a teacher is Miss Briggs.
So your teacher's name. You want to know your teacher's name?
Yes.
Okay. And you want to know what else?
Just try your best.
That's good advice. Everybody try your best. Is there anything else that you want to know the first day? Like how to act? Like what are the rules?
When the teacher's talking, be really quiet and raise your hands if you want to have a question. And
so you already know like a bunch of rules, and you were only in kindergarten last year. So that's crazy. And now you're going to be in first grade. Well, thank you for your help, Leah. So as Leah stated, knowing who your teacher is really important. There's some other questions that might be popping into your head right now. I'm going to bring in another guest real quick. This is Lana. Come on up, Lana. And Lana is going to tell us some other questions that she might have starting the first day of a class. So what are some things that you want to know about your teacher or your class? Or
I want to know a little more about her, and because like all I saw was her picture, and I want to know more about her life and stuff.
So yeah, you don't know a lot from a picture, right? So you want to know more about their life. What about anything like specific to the class, like things that you guys do? Is there anything else you want to know besides about your teacher?
What do you mean?
Like about what kind of books you're going to read, or what you're going to do, what your days are going to look like?
I'm kind of concerned about, like, because of the coronavirus, about things like masks, like maybe some people take them off, or...
Yeah, and like just wearing one all day? Are you worried about that?
Yeah, I mean...
Is that going to be hard?
Yeah, it's hard for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes your face hot, too.
Yeah, it does.
And you can't, like, you notice people, like, when you know them, you can't really notice them.
Yeah. You'll just have to remember their eyes, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Lana. And say something to my students before you leave.
Goodbye. I mean, lizards.
Lizards. All right. So I think the girls did a great job kind of illustrating some of the questions that you might have. And now we're going to talk about some other questions that you might have. So the first one is, am I in the right place? Where am I supposed to sit? Who is the teacher as a person? What are the rules in this class? What will I be doing in this class? How will I be graded? And is the teacher going to care about me? And we're going to talk in this video and kind of today mostly about some of those first ones, but throughout this week we're going to get through all of those questions. So a little bit about myself. So this is my family, and this is my wife Kennedy. I have two daughters. That's Leah, she's the youngest one, and then Lana, she's older, and that's Chip. And as you can see, we like to spend a lot of times outdoors and having fun and things like that. So where I'm from. So I'm from Tucson, Arizona, which is the second biggest city in Arizona behind Phoenix. It's in the desert, obviously. Think saguaro cactuses and things like that. Tucson's really known for like Saguaro National Park. A lot of people don't know that's surrounded by mountains, though. And we have something called monsoons in the summer. So these crazy lightning, thunderous storms that just roll in out of nowhere, and they're there for like a half hour of just flooding, and then they're gone. Tucson's also known for the University of Arizona, which is where my dad has worked for the past like 35 years. And I actually went there for a couple years in undergrad, and it's a cool little city, but I'm really fortunate to be here in Salt Lake now. So after Tucson, when I went to college, I actually moved to Flagstaff, Arizona, and beautiful city in northern Arizona. It's known for the Grand Canyon, so it's right near the Grand Canyon. If you're going to the Grand Canyon, you're likely stopping Flagstaff. And I mean, you have these beautiful high mountain peaks, and you have, mountain town, really cool little downtown area, and a beautiful campus as well. So I was an NAU lumberjack in undergrad and grad school as well. So a couple other things about me, things that I like reading, especially nonfiction, like memoirs that are inspirational. So the story about a person that, went through some extreme hardships and overcame them to become who they are and didn't give up. And I think those things are really inspiring to read, those stories about just real life people. Some of my hobbies besides reading include hiking, paddleboarding, and disc golfing. I like working out a lot. I kind of do it to survive. Like, I get stressed out, and it's the way that it's kind of an outlet that helps me handle the stress that I have in life, makes me feel better about myself. And some of the things that I do is when I'm working out, like lifting weights is one of my favorite things to do. I like flipping tires, sledgehammer workouts where you hit a tire with a sledgehammer, and chopping wood. Those are all kind of more functional workouts, but they're also pretty fun. So, and then traveling, especially like to national parks and monuments and just places I've never seen. And I really enjoy long car rides and road trips where you have like a lot of stops along the way. It's kind of what I like to do. What I don't like, golf. And this picture right here is the one and only time I've ever golfed. It's actually here in Salt Lake, so I was able to go my entire life until last year without golfing, but I don't like the idea of it. I just don't like it. And so that was me being sad on the golf cart. I don't enjoy country music. If you like that, it's great for you. And I don't make a big deal about it if people are listening to it, but I just don't like it. Cats, I don't like. I'm allergic to them, and they make me miserable. So I try to stay away from cats. And then pugs, I also don't like. One time I was attacked by some pugs, so it left some emotional scarring. They didn't do much damage. They're not very big dogs, but they are dangerous. So my summer was spent mostly with these two, and a lot of outdoor stuff, hiking, longboarding, paddleboarding. We also did a road trip to Texas, to Austin, Texas. So these two pictures are in Austin. We did a lot of fishing. This is at Arches. So on the way to Texas, we hit up Arches. And then these two pictures are, my daughters are holding a snake. And there's just like a creek right there, and they saw a snake in it. Just kind of jumped in and grabbed the snake. And that's kind of how they live their life. And that's kind of what they do. So for those of you that are watching this and part of the distance learning, you might want to check out any of these videos. These are my two biggest fears that I have: flying cats and sleep paralysis. And so in class, I'll probably show one or two of these videos. Feel free to watch them if you want. But I have had sleep paralysis twice, and it was terrifying. Flying cats it just creeps me out. I can't really explain it. Okay, so a couple more things about me, just kind of about my background and my qualifications. I graduated in 2002 from high school. In 2007, I graduated from NAU with an extended English education major, which is basically like instead of a minor, you have more English classes that you take. And I started teaching right away after that. So I started teaching in January of 2008 and was teaching for a while, then eventually decided to get my master's degree. So I graduated in 2017 with my master's degree in educational leadership. One of my goals is to eventually become a principal, and so looking forward to taking some more steps in that direction from a leadership standpoint at a school. Most of my teaching background is in high school, so mostly 9th and 10th grade, but I've taught pretty much all levels of high school. The last 2 years I spent here at Kearns Junior High, teaching 7th grade English, and then I also taught some health, so I've taught 8th grade as well, and I've also taught coding. I've been married to my wife for 12 years, and then my 2 daughters' names are Lana and Leah. Lana's 9, Leah's 6, and I talked a little bit about my likes and hobbies and fears. So that's just a little bit more about myself. But what are my responsibilities to you, the student? Okay, so that's kind of what I'm going to talk about right now. And this kind of guides what I think my job is, right? So first one is to treat you with respect and care as an individual, right? We all want to be treated with respect. This isn't a war between us, even if I'm having issues with the student. I feel like I'm pretty good at keeping an even tone no matter the situation. So also, my job is to provide you with an orderly classroom environment. So like you have to be able to learn. If I'm just letting you guys do whatever you want, there's a good chance that the students that are trying to learn won't be able to do that, especially when it comes to reading, because it's difficult to actually focus and read in a classroom that's really crazy. So the third one is to provide the necessary discipline. When those things aren't happening, when the classroom isn't orderly, or if you're not doing your work, I have to try some things to make sure that happens. So it's part of my job is to make sure that you're getting the most out of yourself and that other students in the classroom can learn as well. So also part of that too is motivating you. So figuring out a way to motivate you, provide the appropriate motivation, and then finally to teach the required content. I can't really teach the content if I don't do those other things, so those are super important. But that's what we're here for. I got to get you better at English, and so that's the goal, right? Let's talk real quick about your responsibilities as my student. So, what's your responsibility as my student in this class? The first one, treat me with respect and care as an individual. So I'm going to treat you that way. I expect you to treat me the same, okay? The second one, be here. Attend class regularly. Don't miss unless you have to. And especially in a year like this where there's going to be things that come up, it's really important to be there and on time. Third one, be cooperative and not disruptive. Let's work together. We don't want you swimming against the stream while everybody's kind of moving in this direction, trying to learn it, and we have a student that's just kind of resisting and trying to cause problems. We need you to be cooperative, and that way we can do what we need to do while we're here. Number 4 is to study and do your work. The more prepared you are, the better you're going to do. Success equals effort. Success and effort go hand in hand. So we can't really expect good results unless we're trying our hardest. And then finally, learn and master the required content. With pretty much any assessment or assignment that we do, if you don't like your score, you'll be able to redo it. And so that idea of mastering the content is within your reach. It's something that you will be able to do. And if you want a good grade, you can make it happen by retaking assessments, coming in for reteaching, all those things, but it takes a little bit of work. But if you put the work in, you'll be successful, okay? So that's it kind of for the introduction of this class for today. Now we're going to actually move into our first assignment that we're going to start today and how to navigate our online platform.